County Sheriff's Candidate Debate hosted by Howell County News. I'm Amanda Mendez. I'll be moderating this event. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we begin. Emergency exits are located out this back door, through the wings, straight out through the aisles. The ladies' restroom is to my right, to your left, in that arched doorway. Gentlemen's is on the other side. And we do have concessions available this evening. There's popcorn, candy, and soda. All the proceeds are going to benefit our gracious hosts, this lovely historic Star Theater. So get some snacks, help them out. They should be serving throughout most of the event. So before we begin, please remove your caps. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, you've so richly blessed this community. Thank you for everyone gathered here and for everyone watching from home. Thank you for the freedom to choose our leaders. Lord, we have controversial things to discuss here tonight. But as we do so, keep in our minds that we are given us the strength to resist. And as the evening progresses tonight, help us to remember that the only glory we have is yours. Your will is the only one that matters. Guide the voters to choose the best man for this job. May all we say and do here tonight honor you. Amen, folks. Well, everyone should have been provided with index cards as you came in. The purpose of those index cards is to submit a question. You may submit a question anonymously, but I do ask that you attach the name of your city of residence. If you are watching online, we'll be taking questions from the live stream that you submit the name of your city of residence. Because we're only going to be taking questions from residents of the surrounding area. We will be taking questions until 7:30 tonight. So we're going to get started with opening statements from the candidates in a few minutes. And after those openers, the candidates are going to have the opportunity to answer questions and offer rebuttals to those questions. I do just want to make it clear that this is not a competitive debate. I will not be awarding points. I'm not going to be declaring a winner tonight. The voters are going to do that at the polls on August 6th. So my role here is to just keep us on track, keep us organized, and to keep this moving along as efficiently as possible. So I'm going to invite our candidates up to the stage now. We have incumbent Howell County Sheriff Brent Campbell. Sir? Thank you. And challenger Matt Roberts. And finally, I'm going to invite one of our event sponsors this evening here to preside over the coin toss. Incumbent is going to call it in here.
Heads it is.
It says. Sheriff Campbell? Okay, challenger Matt Roberts is going to offer his opening statement. Sir, you have 3 minutes.
Good evening. Thank you for coming, and thank you for, so I've got nearly 18 years of local law enforcement here in Howell County. Began my career in 2006 as a jailer. Worked for Howell County Sheriff's Office as a jailer until 2007 when I got out of the academy. Worked as a reserve officer, a part-time deputy sheriff under Sheriff Mike Shannon, and then I was a deputy and corporal and lieutenant under Sheriff Campbell. In addition to my law enforcement experience, I've also owned and operated a small business in West Plains, even got lawn care, providing lawn care and landscaping services to West Plains and the surrounding area. Over my time as a business owner, I've developed the skills necessary to run and lead our sheriff's office. And some of those things are labor laws, employee issues, purchasing, maintenance, and other things that come along with running a successful business. The reason I'm running here tonight and for this office is we need a change. I've worked for 2 other sheriffs and 2 police chiefs in my career. We have out of control spending. We have a lack of leadership with a sheriff who says believe or leave to his employees if they have a problem with what's going on. Over the past few months, 4 out of 5 new hire academy students have already chosen to leave the sheriff's office. I've got the experience and the leadership to correct these things. I'm the only candidate endorsed by your local law enforcement and the FOP Lodge. They voted unanimously 2 weeks ago to endorse me as the candidate for sheriff. I will rebuild and repair the strained relationships with our county officials and with the area law enforcement agencies. I know.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. 3 minutes.
I hope I can address some of those embellishments, but good evening, Howell County. I wanted to say thank you. It's been an absolute honor and privilege to serve as your sheriff. Amanda, thank you for hosting this debate. I had a vision to provide proficient, standard-driven, professional law enforcement organization with service at its core. That vision was met with a very high resistance factor. During this campaign, I reflected on why I ran for sheriff, and it surely wasn't for the added stress or because it gave me more quality time to spend with my family or on the farm. I have a servant's heart, and I saw a need to serve the community, and the sheriff's office needed structure, oversight, and the great citizens county deserves someone focused on the people and the community. I've learned a lot in my 48 years, and almost 25 years within this profession. Being a lifelong resident with roots that run generationally, I have a passion for improving public safety and elevating police services for not only your family, but mine. That love and dedication led me to run for the office of sheriff in 2020. You compelled me to run again in 2024 to see the vision through. In 2021, I came in with a clear vision of transforming the organization and outlining a commitment to citizens of this county, which stated I would focus on key aspects of operations, strategy, citizen concerns, with sound document, community policing concepts, and I'm not that yet. I was aware before taking office I needed to address a long list of issues, including unacceptable salary ranges, lack of needed equipment, worn out equipment, lack of internal system of management, but once in office, it quickly became apparent there was more than anticipated. But even with the absence of a playbook, even through the resistance to change, the tangible results are undeniable and remarkable for just 3 short years, and I'm proud of the confidence this team has made. The foundations were built, and the very part of the operational side stood up. Now it's time to refine, sustain, and stabilize the changes and get out of where we did get out in the first time. This campaign shouldn't be about salaries, big words, feeling murdered in, signs, tearing down my belief in God. I'm human, a husband, a father, and I highly admit I make mistakes, but I'm committed, accountable, results-driven, and I love this profession in this community. The sheriff's office is not only overcome significant challenges, but we set a solid foundation for future growth and success.
Thank you, Sheriff. We're going to move into the questions. I'm very, very pleased that virtually 100% of the questions that we're going to be talking tonight have been submitted by the public. They are going to drive the conversation tonight. These are things that they want to ask both of you. You will each have 1 minute to answer a question, and your opponent will be offered a 1-minute rebuttal. Giving his opening statement second, the incumbent Sheriff Campbell gets the first answer of the first question, which is as follows. From a reader in West County. The family of Ira Briscoe alleges they have had no contact from the Howell County Sheriff's Office for a year. They say this missing persons case has been moved to the back burner. How do you respond? 1 minute.
The Briscoe, Little, Collins, Bennett, Huddleston, Roberts, missing person cases are beyond track. All these particular cases have no crime scenes, no physical evidence, no bodies, no witnesses. Missouri has over 1,323 active missing person cases. I recently had the lead investigator contact the Briscoe family related to a grid canine search in an area from a lead developed out of Arkansas. This case has never been placed on the back burner, and I would go as far as to say that other cases have to make this one a priority. 200 reports have been generated related to this case from our agencies, Ryan agencies, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and the FBI.
Thank you. Mr. Roberts, about 1 minute.
Folks, this is not about other missing persons cases, and it's not about how many reports have been done. This is about failing to communicate with a family who has lost a loved one. I was afforded the opportunity to sit down with Ms. Briscoe a couple weeks ago, and we spent about 2.5 hours speaking. And the incident that Sheriff Campbell was referring to, she found out about 3 days after the fact from another person in the community. She was not contacted prior to the event. She had no knowledge of it until after. And can you imagine, as a mother, losing your child, having an issue with being communicated to by the sheriff's office that's supposed to be investigating that? Now, I have no doubts the investigators are doing what they can, but we need to be communicating with these families. As your next sheriff, I will quarterly, at least 4 times per year, meet with the families of these folks and speak with them about what we have done, where we're at, and address any concerns they have. That's what this is about. It's a failure to communicate.
All right, Mr. Roberts, next question is to you.
No, thank you. All right, Mr. Roberts, next question is to you. How have you planned to adequately provide services to everyone in Howell County, especially those outside of West Plains? This is from a reader in Mountain View. 1 minute.
One of the things I've been talking about on this campaign trail is I've seen too many deputies spending their time on pavement. I will push our deputies and the supervisors over those deputies to get out of town, get off the highway. We're going to let the West Plains Police Department, Little Plains Police Department, Mountain View Police Department handle their cities. If they need help, we'll get their help. We're going to let the highway patrol handle the highway. But our deputies need to be out on the county roads, being seen and getting those cars training.
Thank you. Chairman, rebuttal. 1 minute.
I'm kind of glad you agree with me, because you've heard that same conversation internally in the House. But honestly, with the substation response times and things like that, I can absolutely push my staff, County Road. It's big, back in my day, when I was patrolling, you know, we're down County Road and the highway. You've heard me complain about highway miles, 10 miles on north. That's what I expect. I push them out of it. That's why I try to get substations stood up around the community. So again, that's a community concept, all provides services to you, the citizens.
Thank you. Sheriff Campbell, we're going to stay with you for this next question from a reader in West Plains. The sheriff's position as the chief law enforcement officer of the county requires an individual willing to be accountable for their actions. They must also be of high moral character and integrity. How do you exhibit to the voters that you have high moral character and are a man of integrity willing to accept accountability for your actions? 1 minute.
I'm going to be accountability. I'm accountable to you, as I've explained Robert's prayer. So again, as far as accountability goes, I have no issue with anybody approaching that situation.
Thank you.
Folks, I think my character and my integrity speak for itself. Throughout my years at the sheriff's office, I've conducted myself in a manner that shows who I am as a person. And while a supervisor at the sheriff's office, I actually counseled or wrote up an employee whose father was in a command position. So I expect and I demand integrity and accountability from all my employees. And if that doesn't show you, then I don't know what will. But we have to have accountability in our sheriff's office. It's more than just a buzzword we're putting on Facebook and our advertising. Accountability and integrity is paramount, and we need that in our sheriff's office.
Thank you. I'm going to stick with you, Mr. Roberts, for this next question from a reader in Willow Springs. Training new deputies, even if they are post-certified, can be expensive and time-consuming. It entails equipment and the services of a field training officer. In the 3+ years you were there, what were the reasons that 60 to 70 employees gave for leaving? Was it better pay, was it hours, etc.?
So yes, the cost to train these new deputies is exorbitant, and we have got to make sure that we are fostering an environment in our sheriff's office that makes our employees feel valued. And unfortunately, in the last few years, that has not been the case. After Sheriff Campbell took office in 2021, we saw a pretty drastic change in the culture of our sheriff's office. And I would say now the morale is the lowest I've ever seen it. So the things that I would do would be ensure that the leadership is taking care of their employees, ensure the morale is up, and just show our employees that they're valued.
Thank you. Rebuttal, Sheriff Campbell.
You could repeat the question.
Training new deputies, even if they are post-certified, can be expensive and time-consuming. So this was a question that was directly to Mr. Roberts, that you reversed him. Training new deputies, even if they are post-certified, can be expensive and time-consuming.
It entails equipment and the services of a field training officer. In the 3+ years you were there, what were the reasons 60 to 70 employees gave for leaving? Was it better pay, better hours, etc.? You have the rebuttal position. Go ahead.
Why 60 or 70 employees left? Was that the last part of that question?
Yes.
So, hopefully we can kind of address this again, but there was a multitude of reasons, and it's not 70 or whatever he produced. But there was, in his roll-up, there was actually people that never were associated with my organization. But I come up with 54, minus the 5 positions reserves, so 11 of 54 didn't make past the 90-day probation period. 15 of the remaining 43 were terminated for various reasons. 6 of the remaining 28 retired. 7 of the remaining 21